YouTube, what is up? That guy C4 back with a brand new video. Now, before we get into this video, this is an anime review. I'm gonna be talking about the anime Ace of Diamond. So before I start, please do not spoil it. At the time of this recording, it is now April 1st of 2021. I have just finished season 1 of this anime, so I have to say that I don't want to be spoiled because I want to keep watching it. On top of that too, I haven't done an anime review in a while. The last time I did one was about maybe like 2-3 years ago. So on top of that too, I'm a little rusty at this. And lastly, this is going to be all off the dome. I did not write down any notes. I feel like when I speak from my heart versus speaking from a sheet of paper, I speak what I have to say. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So let's start. Ace of Diamond, season 1. There are 75 episodes in total. Let me start off with what I like. Actually, what I dislike. This is probably gonna bother a few people that are big fans of Ace of Diamond, but I have to say that the one thing I didn't like is the first 20-ish episodes. I couldn't fall in love with any of the characters, I couldn't fall in love with Tanba, Sawamura. Miyuki was hit or miss for me. I did have like moments where I did like him. A few characters that I did like was Tetsu. I did like him. I thought he was dope. And Haruichi, I thought he was dope too as well. But all the other characters, I was like, Characters I just didn't like at all though. Nori for sure. Didn't like Nori, especially later on. Just didn't really like him. A few characters may skip my mind, but I did like old boy right here. I can't remember his name, so don't beat me up in the comment sections, all right? I got hands, right? But I didn't really, I didn't really vibe with him that well. It's not until later on that I started to like the characters a little bit more. But at the start of it, I wasn't really a big fan of them. But like I say, the first 20 episodes was a hard watch for me. It was times where I would go on stream and I would be like, yo, look, I'm not really feeling it. I didn't want to have those moments of like, where did it get good? But I had those moments like, I don't really like to ask that question, but I was asking like, when does this get good? When does this get interesting? Like, and I hate asking that question because I'm a big fan of One Piece, and like people always ask, when does One Piece get good? When does One Piece get interesting? And it's just, I didn't want to be on that side of the table when it came to this. I wanted to enjoy it, but I was 20 episodes in, I'm like, okay, like, when does it get interesting? Would I rewatch those 20 episodes now, being at the end of like this first season? Probably, because I feel like I like them a lot more. Like on a second rewatch, if I was to do a second one, I probably would watch those episodes again. I probably would like them a lot more. But off the first like 20 episodes, wasn't really vibing with them like that. I thought they were just okay. I thought they were cool. I didn't really see any pizzazz out of them like that. But what I will say though, Chris is also a character I like a lot, and I do like the relationship between Chris and Sawamura. I love that relationship as well. Furuya was dope. I probably like just ran across his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Old boy right here that gets tired when he's done pitching. Like, there's moments in the show where I did like, but it's like those first 20 episodes where they're like building the story and building you to love the characters, I didn't really like. And I feel as if I didn't really start to love the show until the stakes got high, right? When the stakes got high, I started to love the show a little bit more, like one of my favorite matches is when they go against Raichi's team. I thought that match was dope. I thought it was amazing, to see Raichi the game before just hit a home run and have like the shockwave of the ball. I was like, yo, that's fire. Like, that's fire. Like, I can't wait for those type of matches. And, in the beginning, like they're beating they beat whatever team, they beat that team, they're chilling, they're cruising. But it's like once they get to a stop, it's kind of like, oh, all right. So it was around, I want to say episode 30, 31-ish, and that's like the Raichi game is where I started to like really start to like the anime. I really started to like it because now it's like, okay, the stakes are high. The stakes were already high, one game you go home, but it felt like they're playing people who are like nice now. Like the other people they was playing was nice, but like these people are like, okay, y'all are nice. And that's why I really started to like it. I started to fall in love more with Sawamura, Furuya, like the team. I started to like a lot more. I started to just enjoy them being on the screen. Like, even though Tanba wasn't playing, I started to like him. I always like Chris from the beginning. it's just like I said, like once the stakes felt like they were a lot higher, that's when I started to really enjoy the show. On top of that too, you know, there were some games that didn't involve them that I liked. Like there was the game, I think he threw a knuckleball. If you're in the comment section or you're watching this video, you know, let me know. But it's the game where it's the team that shouldn't have been there was there. And the reason why I like that game so much is because it's like they wasn't supposed to be there. Like they're just a regular average Joe team that has like no one really special on it. Like they're playing May's team, and you know, and I like May as well, I like that team as well. But they're playing them, and it's just like they shouldn't be there because like they're just throwing the ball mad slow. They can't hit the ball. It's like, what the? How did y'all make it this far? You know, so I'm just like, but that's probably like one of my favorite games, only because it's like this is just a team that like flat out just sucks, that shouldn't have been this far. So that's what I have to say is like later on I like the games a little bit more, and on top of that too, I did enjoy the characters as well. So, you know, with that being said, the big meat and potato though is the games, right? And the one game that does change, and I can't wait to see more of in season 2 with Sawamura, is the team when it's Sawamura's team versus May's team, right? Probably gonna mess up his name. I don't care, cause I'm hoping for the best, alright? But the reason why I like that game so much as well is because this is the game that, like, alright, like, this is, like, supposed to be the test. This is really, like, the high-stakes game. I sat up here, watched all the episodes, like, just binging them in the day, because it was like, yo, like, this is a really fire game. And even the outcome of the game, like, they were winning, they came back, they were losing, this, that, and the third. I'm like, whoa, like, it's getting crazy, right? But the thing that, like, really set me off, not set me off, like, in a bad way, but really had me, like, paying a lot of attention, is when Sawamura had hit the other dude in the head, right? And I feel like that was like, I liked it and I didn't at the same time, but I more so like it now that I'm like on to season 2 and seeing the end of season 1, is because like this changed Sawamura. Sawamura has gone through the whole thing. He hasn't really like done anything wrong, but to hit somebody in the head and then to see the reaction and to have like that chain reaction of, okay, I hit you in the head, I got this other guy who like is mad fast on first base now. He feels like he's the reason why they lost, and he just, on top of that too, it's like, I hit you in the head. I'm scared to pitch now. And like now, like Sawamura has always been like, you know, he's him, you know, he throws the ball, he does this, he does that, but now I feel like they're at a point where he's like a blank slate, right? And I feel like this kind of like reset him in a way, right? Like one of my favorite TV shows is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. And one of my favorite characters from that show is Ahsoka, right? Ahsoka at the start is a blank slate. She's just blank. So as the show goes on, you start to see her develop into something even better, right? So I feel like Sawamura was always like a cool character, but now because he hit dude in the head, now it's like, that was like the reset button. Now he's like, he's not himself. He's a shell of a former self. He's still him, but he's not the same him, if that makes sense. And that's what I liked about this latter half of season 1. Now it's like, okay, he's scared. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have the same support around him anymore. He still has Miyuki, but he doesn't have Chris. He doesn't have this person, that person. Like, so now he's just, you know, he's with the same people, but I should say not the third years that kind of were like on top of him, like, oh boy, right here. Right? Probably not making sense, but let me keep going, alright? We are 10 minutes into this, and I'm gonna get my bars off for the next maybe 3 or 4. But I do like that, though. And it's probably not making sense because I didn't write any notes down, but I'm speaking from my mind, just clear as day, just let me be. Right? But now, like, thinking about it, though, I do like that. I do like how right now he is kind of trash. Like, at the end of the season, he's not good. Like, he's still nice. He can still pitch, but he just can't pitch inside because he's so scared. And I like that because now it's like, okay, he has to find other ways to do things before he builds up enough courage to go and pitch in the inside again. Because right now he can't. And that's what I like about Ace of Diamond right now, is that like some of these characters are like blank slates. like, you know, like Furuya is kind of like a blank slate because you have to kind of like build him up so he has the endurance. Right now he doesn't have endurance to really last a whole 9 innings, whereas May lasted 9 innings. May was out there, however you say his name, my fault, sorry, but he was out here. He played in the Nationals. It lasted so long because he's built. Like, those characters are built. They are who they are. But Sawamura and Furuya and a few others, like, I feel like they're in that moment where you have to build them. That's why, like, Tanba, Tetsu, and old boy right here, and Harichi's brother, and a few others, they're already that way because the coach was just so good at what he was doing. He was doing his job as a coach, and that's why I like him a lot versus the other guy they got right now. And I haven't seen, like I said, season 2 though. Spoil the boy. But gotta take a breath. But I do like that though. I like how right now they do feel like a blank slate. And I'm excited to see where this goes to season 2, because I do want to see, you know, the changes in Sawamura, the changes in this, changes in that. Because when the characters like develop and then they get like that reset, like a few characters I've seen in anime or just TV shows, they come back even better. And it's like the coach has said, he's like, and even Chris says, like, once he gets over this, he's gonna come back and be even better. And that's what I'm excited to see, you know. So he's gonna learn, he's gonna progress, he's gonna do this, that, and the third. And I'm excited to see that because, like, I like Sawamura, I really do. And there's things I want to see about him that, like, you know, he goes through the changes, he goes through the motions, this, that, and the third. I do want to see him progress, you know. Now, I should have included this at the beginning, but I'm including this here. Now, being that I have watched Ace of Diamond so late, compared to Haikyuu, it bothers me a little bit because I feel like as if I should have watched this before Haikyuu, right? Because Haikyuu and Ace of Diamond is not that far off from one another, even though they are. Like, for example, the tropes and the premise is the same, but they're still going like 2 separate paths. Like, they may have the same start, but they finish and go in like different directions. Like, you know, Sawamura and Hinata, one is like, you know, like they both obviously want to be nice at their sport, you know. He wants to be the ace. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the premise of what they want to do, but it's like they're going in 2 separate routes. And even though Ace of Diamond came out first, it's like I always get in the back of my mind while I'm watching this, it's so much Haikyuu vibes, right? But at the same time too, I have to remember that Ace of Diamond is also older, right? So as I'm going through this, it's like, damn, yo, like, there's things in this that Haikyuu has done, but Ace of Diamond has done better. And I always have to remember too, while watching this, is that this is older, so Haikyuu got a lot of their tropes and a lot of their stuff from this. Because if you put Sawamura and Hinata right next to each other, they're like, you know, they're not the same at all, but they share similar qualities. But it's just like they both want one thing at the end of the day, which is they want to be the ace of their team, you know. Like, Sawamura can't pitch like Furuya. Shoyo Hinata can't do half the things at volleyball like the other people on his team, you know. But it's through progression and all this other stuff that they both learn. And that's the one, like I always say while I was watching, I wish I never watched Haikyuu first. I wish I would have watched Haikyuu second, because it like bothers me in the back of my mind. And that's what my biggest problem was with episodes 1 to 20, is that I could get into Haikyuu from the jump. I couldn't get in this from the jump. It took me 30 episodes to really start to really enjoy it. You know, Haikyuu from frame 1, I loved. This 30 episodes in, I fell in love with. But like I said, I do want to see the progression of him. You know, I seen the progression of Shoyo Hinata. I seen where he's gone. I see what he's become. I want to see where Sawamura goes. I want to see what he becomes. I want to see what he does. Like I said, like, I wish I would have watched this before Haikyuu, because I don't want to get in the back of my mind that these are like, they're not spitting images of one another, but they have like a lot of the same qualities. And it's like, because I love Haikyuu so much, you know, and it's probably people gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, man? What are you talking about? Listen to me. It's because I love Haikyuu so much that, like, I don't love Sawamura the same as I love Hinata. But my feelings could change by season 2. At the end of the day, I didn't write no script down for this. This is all coming off the top of my head. If y'all made it this far in the video and y'all got something negative to say, I don't care, man. I'm just making this video because I feel like I expressed my thoughts on season 1. But at the end of the day, though, like I said, I do feel like I should have just watched this first instead of Haikyuu. Ace of Diamond fans gonna be in my comment section like, yo, bro, you kidding me, man? Like, they're not the same at all. Man, get out of here. I don't really care. But like I said, though, this is all the top of my dome. This is all just like a 14-15 minute video that I came up with. So yeah, but at the end of the day, though, if I had to give this thing a score 15 minutes in, I had to say that this had to be like an 8 out of 10. Definitely an 8 out of 10. If I would have to, like, if I was to just watch the first 20 and drop it, I would have gave it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 because I don't like the first 20 episodes. But it's like crucial things towards the end that I really start to love. Yeah. So if you made this far in the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll probably be back with a season 2 one. I gotta get better at this, but I mean, it's my first time doing this in a while. So thank you for coming through, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. And if y'all hating on me, it's okay. I don't really care. Peace.